started. Welcome back to It Ain't Giving. It is me, Noella and my other co-host.
Noella Fierce and our sickening guest.
Hi, my name's Blade.
Yes, welcome to the show, Blade, everyone. She is our guest star for the evening.
Our
So glad
first
to be here.
one.
Our first guest,
I know, I
absolutely.
feel honored to be the first guest of the podcast.
I mean, if it wasn't you, who else would it be? Because
I mean,
you were,
The third
you
sister.
needed to be the first guest. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. But
She
basically,
is.
I want to explain why I'm even here because right now I'm at the beach.
I'm like,
Yes,
where?
if you-
Yeah, like,
If you're not
explain where are
watching,
you?
make sure you're watching because
If
you're
you're
getting
not
some
watching-
scenery from the diva, the doll show. She's currently at the beach recording an episode in front of all these people.
Right.
But she
If
says,
you're
you
not-
know what?
Oh,
I have to clock in.
Okay.
Yes,
And I love
ma'am.
that.
But we're here,
Right.
we're clear. We just want to ask some questions about Blade, get to know her, let the
Yes.
podcast get familiar with her because we already know her. But
Mm.
just like filler stuff, just like introduce, just like the base, what you would normally say to a person, and
A normal human
You get some water,
introduction,
baby.
you know, and then we'll talk about some other things. Yeah.
yes. So we
What do you
always like to
wanna
do our
know?
little intros, like TV show without the W. Well, they're Blade like the knife.
Yeah, Blade like the
so
knife
tell
or the
us-
vampire hunter.
Yes,
Something
like
else
the knife of the
reference.
vampire hunter. Tell us a little bit about your, I guess, journey to acknowledging your transness and
Oh, that's
realizing
not
that
something-
you are a trans woman, a non-binary trans woman.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's definitely been a journey for sure. I mean, like, some people, they find out like super early. And I think I did, like, I knew super early I was different, but I just didn't have the like vocabulary at all to understand it. Because, like, when I was a little kid, I always wanted to do like very like effeminate, seemed things. Just basically
Right.
like do whatever I wanted to do, and I was like, I had to be told to be a boy, and I was like, that is not my thing. Like, I'm not trying to
Right.
like, act like this, and I feel like it also kind of made me sacrifice a lot of like things that I wanted to do growing up, which was like not cute, and I've had to like teach myself all those things now, and I was literally like so I was at a drag show last night, off topic a little bit, but so I was at a drag show with my mom and then one of her friends, and like in the like intermission, the halftime basically of this, it's the Super Bowl of gay sports and stuff, drag, you know, it was really great. But I was literally dancing to just like the music they're playing, and then my mom's friend, she was like, oh my gosh, like I need to take dance classes from you, like I need dance lessons from you. And I'm like, in my head, I have no formal training whatsoever. I just grew up playing Just Dance, you know, and like dancing in my bedroom. I feel like with like dancing and singing, those are things like I always wanted to do but never pursued because it was perceived as like gay
Gay.
or, you know, not
Right.
masculine to be
You're not allowed
doing.
to do it because
Yep.
you're
Yeah.
a boy, quote unquote.
Right.
Mhm.
And so I feel like I suppressed that at a very young age. And then when I was in like middle school, I kind of started to have like sexuality things and didn't really understand that some of it was gender identity stuff, but like what I had knowledge of, it was just like seen as, oh, that's your sexuality, you know, but it's really, you know, there's a difference between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I was like, I'd say about 17, 18 is when I had learned more about like the trans community and like non-binariness, and that like immediately I was like, man, I wish I was non-binary. And then I was like, wait, that might just mean that I like it's like kind of connected, you know. And then because I've always just wanted to do what I resonated with, I didn't want to like tie myself down to a specific gender role. And even now, like I'm still non-binary trans, so I'm like she, her all the way, but I like don't mind being called they,
Also, a
them at all.
little they them in between, giving
Right,
to
you know, because it's like I feel like for me, to be just like fully just like trans woman, I'm like that would still feel like I'm limiting myself in the same way that I was when I was having to portray just a man, you know. It's like I
Mhm.
definitely feel like I'm more of a feminine being for sure, and I feel more comfortable in femininity. But there's parts of like masculinity that I do appreciate and like to express every now and then, you know?
Yes. Like we like our tubing, our boating.
I
Like we
period.
like some of the straight, straggly stuff.
And it's the same thing, just of saying like I'm a woman, and no matter what I'm doing, whether it's deemed as masculine or feminine, I'm still a woman doing it. And that's like what I feel like people need to understand is that that's what the identity portion of it is like who I am is this no matter what I express, you
Right.
know? And
Right.
like they can kind of coincide, but they don't always mean the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then like honestly, so kind of was in my non-binary phase. Was having still some gender dysphoria stuff with like my body that I would always kind of complain about to one of my best friends, Miss Chamonix Lacroix, and she was like, I'm gonna get on hormones. She literally got on hormones for like a year, and like she was telling me like, you need to get on hormones. The trans agenda, it's coming out. Oh my gosh. No, just kidding.
Right.
But like
transition
she just
high?
like, yeah.
So she said the trans agenda.
The trans agenda.
Oh.
Oh, she didn't hear me.
Yeah.
You bringing the trans agenda by telling me to get on moms. But it was so real because
kind of
like all the
was. I
things.
kind of was.
But all the
Girl,
things
y'all
that I
told me
was
the
like
same thing too. Mhm.
complaining about with my body and like the things that made me feel insecure, getting excuse me, I had to burp quick. Getting on hormones, that was
Jamila.
like I had a slight feminine release, as Noella would say.
Yes, feminine release.
Okay. Coin that shit, bitch.
We don't use such harsh words as,
No.
you know. I'm not even going to speak them because they're just very
Baltimore.
they're not demure, they're not cutesy, you know.
But
Very unladylike
Okay,
to use
mindful.
such vulgar language.
And like after seeing her journey, those shows journey, after like being on a year of hormones and seeing the positive effects and how she was feeling, I was like, okay, we have very similar issues with our bodies and how we feel. And if like this has helped her a lot, I definitely think it's gonna be the thing that's gonna help me too. And it has been. I'm literally a month and 1 year into my transition, and like it's crazy to me that it's already been a year. I'm like, loved it. It's crazy. The thing is, like, some stuff in my life has been very wild and chaotic and like hard to deal with. But I feel like now that I have this more like centeredness in myself, I can deal with that kind of stuff a lot more easily than before, where I feel like I would have just like shut down. So it's like in general, my quality of life is just improving so much, even though there are still like obviously downsides to any life that you live, like dealing with active transphobia. But I'd rather deal with a little bit of anxiety of being hate crimed instead of constantly overanalyzing how I'm like acting and being perceived in society. I know I'm just gonna be me, and yeah. What's that?
We go to sleep with ourselves every night. Those people don't go to sleep with us.
Exactly.
So like, I'm not gonna live my life according to your, because you're religious and I'm not. All of a sudden, I have to abide by your rules. I don't know.
Right.
Let people do whatever the fuck they want, as long as they're not hurting nobody.
Right. And it's really about just finding those intrinsic motivators in you, the things that you do to make yourself happy. And not even just your ego, but like yourself, like in general. And yeah, I don't know. That's how I try to live.
Period.
I'm gonna
Love that.
segue us to something a little easier, quick, little snippet stuff so we can start chit-chatting back and forth.
Wait, we didn't say what's not giving.
Oh, we completely forgot about that. We jumped right in, girl.
We sure did. We just said skip
It's
right
okay.
to it.
As
So
long as
what's
we
not
do
giving
it.
for me is what's not giving for me? I'd say just in general, transphobia running rampant around the world. Especially with this Olympics run, since it's, still top of mind. All of just these hateful bitches coming out the woodworks, hating on the dolls, but behind closed doors,
They want to play with them next.
they want to play with the dolls, but they will outwardly hate us, and it's demoralizing. But like Blade said earlier, every life you live in is going to come with downsides.
Yeah.
But the upsides outweigh the downsides. But it's just shitty to think about.
Yeah.
I can walk out one day and just like not come home because I'm living how I want to live. That's very sad, and I hate it. So this was
Yeah.
not giving for me.
I would agree because I've been experiencing a lot of transphobia on TikTok because I had a video blow up. And at
Yeah.
first it was like all queer people, so like it was perceived well, but I don't know how. But it fell on to hate talk. It was a bunch of transphobic people,
Yeah, I
and
was
they were
so
dogging me
weird.
out, girl. They were dogging me out. That's not giving for me. I agree.
What's not giving for
And for our
me?
esteemed guest, what's that giving for you,
I'm
Mama?
like, what do I even think about? I feel like what's not giving for me on the topic of just like queer stuff is fake allyship. I'm like performative allyship where it's like on the surface level, it seems like someone is doing stuff for the community. And like, in a sense, yes, that's good. Any like little bit that helps with the community, but then like not having the like awareness when you interact with people in the community, for instance, like enjoying our entertainment, like RuPaul's Drag Race and stuff like that, but then not being able to like have the awareness to know if you're speaking to a trans woman or a drag queen and, you know, talking to them the right way. Because last night, or when I was at that little drag show, after it, you know, everybody's going to leave the stadium and everything, and there was this one older white woman that was giving like she's obsessed with queer culture, you know, and everything, like very much ally energy. And she came up to like compliment me and call me beautiful. And I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. Like, and I said, oh, your little amethyst crystal necklace is cute, right? That's all this interaction needs to be, a cute little compliment back and forth, and that's it. And then she like just like kind of like keeps wanting to interact with me, and she's like, yeah, I've just seen like all of RuPaul, I just love all of it. And I'm like, oh, is she calling me a drag queen right now? I'm like, oh, cool, so you're telling me I look like a fucking man dressing up as a woman. I'm like, oh, instead of you just like keeping it cute and just like calling me beautiful, it's like now you're showing me like, okay, you're partaking in the community's like entertainment, but then you're not actually being aware of the people in the community and like how to address them. It's like it just felt a little like ignorant. It was like an ignorant compliment.
Right.
Like, thank you for
Just like
calling
I'm
me
not
beautiful.
fully getting the context in which she portrayed it, so it kind of seems like it was powerless, but at the same time, I don't know if she said anything else that
Right.
might have
She was just
hinted that she
basically
was
calling
saying
me a
that she
drag
was.
queen.
Huh?
She was basically just calling me a drag queen in that moment, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Thanks. And I'm like, yes, I get like, you know, I'm not the most unclockable girl, but you know, you should have that awareness when you approach somebody, not to
Be
just assume that.
mindful.
Yeah,
Be
be
Because
very
mindful.
Twitch is all up in
mindful.
And
my
it's
view,
like
and I
you're
can't
in a
Yes.
stand
queer
it.
space enjoying this entertainment, but you're not being mindful of the people in the community. That's what I'm saying. It's like, which is like, cool, give us your money, but also do your research and understand that when you're interacting with somebody, don't just assume that they're a drag queen or if they're a trans woman or not, you know?
Right.
Because I could be neither.
You know,
I could
true.
just be a cis
It's
woman with
very true.
PCOS, and you're just clocking me like that. So,
You never know. So the easiest way for these motherfuckers to know is they better just ask. Okay? Just normalize and ask.
that's why I just say, like,
Right.
I
Stop
feel like the
assuming.
interaction, it's like she just needed to keep it cute and keep it simple. I feel like she just started to like say too much, and I was like,
It's like, girl, you could have just been quiet.
yeah, like I knew what, like, she didn't mean like a bunch of harm by it, but it was just like, oh, girl, like now you just made me feel awkward about what you said.
Yeah,
So,
no. What else do we want to talk about? Oh,
I
child.
wanted to talk about Blade's music taste
Oh,
because over the years she's been putting me onto some real good artists and just like indie artists and just like unheard of artists. I'm like, how do you be finding these people? So I wanted to ask you, like, what influences did you have growing up that like inspired your very eclectic and expansive music taste?
yeah, so because that's the thing, like I feel like I definitely have a decent variety of music that I listen to. My father, he's a bit older, so he kind of grew up and like growing up listening to his music was like music from the 60s and 70s and 80s. And then my mom, I think a lot of the music that she listened to was like the 80s, 90s, 2000s music. So I got a mix of kind of your like old classic music, like classic rock and just like classical music, you know,
Mhm.
um, from more of my dad and that like alternative punk rock vibe energy. Mostly just a lot of like classic rock and then a little bit of country. But my mom, she is like the main one that listens to like pop and like hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. So that's where I've been exposed to, I feel like a lot of like Black music culture was through her
Mhm.
growing up. She always loved that kind of music. Whereas funny, my dad, he like did not like it too at
Like,
all.
turn that shit off.
Yeah, he was like,
He's
I
one of
don't
those
want to
little
hear this.
anti-black ones that like they hear rap music and they're just like turn it off.
And it's weird because
Oh,
like the reason
jeez.
he would say why he doesn't want to listen to it is because he was like, oh, they say the N-word too much. And I'm like, but you're not even like Black. So,
Girl,
like,
some
why
of
do you
these songs don't
care?
even be saying the N-word. He just don't. He just know that it's a nigga singing, and he turn it off.
Yeah, no,
Even if we
literally.
on FaceTime, it's well,
Well,
turn back.
the microaggressions that he like does towards you sometimes on FaceTime is so real. And that's just like, that's such a good example of like how people of that generation, it's so just like built in them to like be racist towards other people and they just don't even realize it. Like they just
Very
don't even have the
anti-black
awareness.
behavior, and they don't even know.
Yeah, and it's very sad to see. That's my thing is like delusion like that is scary to me. Lack of awareness like that is scary to me.
Yes. What else are you
Yeah.
talking about?
But yeah, so and a lot of the music I listen to like very R&B kind of stuff and like pop alternative. And then when I was I kind of just have always had my little Spotify, not shout them out. I ain't, you know, and I got no subscription from them like that, you know. But they like always do this Discover Weekly playlist that gives you like a bunch of new like underground music and stuff. And I would like listen to that religiously every single week. And so I was able to find just a bunch of like hidden underground artists that have barely any plays and stuff through that. And I think that's where a lot of my music comes from, is just like going through those random playlists every single week. That's where like I feel like a lot of it has come from. My little favorite artist, her name's Sati Sadaka. I found her through doing that. And literally like I started listening to her like 8 years ago, and she recently came out with some music and I reposted it, and then she like commented on my stuff and I was like, oh my gosh, period.
Come on,
Like
recognition.
recognized by my favorite artist. I know, and it's like I've been standing her I don't stand a whole lot of people. Like I'm very choosy about who I stand. But I don't know. I love her little breathy voice. It's so calming.
Period.
Off topic. I just want to talk about how I went to. So I had a wild weekend. Just to interject before I forget. Went from multiple different clubs, then to the casino, and we met some crazy men that were just giving us money like it was nothing, just popping out hundreds. Like, go gamble, go have fun. We said we wanted food, gave us the Amex card.
Oh, wow.
And then we go to a baseball game. Somehow we're at the baseball game or whatever, and I do like the little location notification, like geo marker or whatever. And one of the baseball players from the team was watching my story, and it was the picture, and I was like, oh.
So my question to you is you gonna catch? You know what I mean? He gonna pitch it. Or is you gonna catch it
I'd rather
in
pitch
your
it.
glove?
I would rather pitch it.
Oh,
Scandalous.
he said, let me get behind the mound.
He's Dominican, Dominicano.
Ooh,
See, I already revealed too much information. I said that
they're gonna be sleuthing. They're gonna find out.
baby, they gonna know who it is.
That is so funny.
He probably gonna be able to find this anyway. Ooh. If he really
she loves her Latin Americans too.
I love him
Have
too.
you had any experiences? Oh wait, no. She has had some experiences going out in the men chasing. I think I have at least multiple times. What about you, Blade?
Oh yeah, I always got the chasers looking. 100%. Even last night, the double takes were double taking.
Extra scenario, like they did the most, and you just like clearly knew, like, oh my god.
Oh, I don't even know.
I can't think.
I
I can
mean,
think of a
like,
few times when we're
it's
walking down the street. When we be walking down the street and going on
I
our
was gonna
walks
say
and
with
wearing our little
you,
sports bras and our short shorts,
girl. Yeah,
men
and
be
people are honking at
talking,
us.
girl.
Uh-huh.
They be
Or like
honking.
when we were at Universal Studios and that one like foreign dad with the two sons was like just staring at us, neck breaking, like
Girl, he
no
wanted the
shame
chocolate.
about it.
He wanted the chocolate. And then we found the other,
Yeah.
like the next day after that. We saw him
No,
multiple
literally 2
days.
days in a row. Hit the multi-pass.
Kind of cute. He was kind of cute, no shade.
No, it was giving like foreign, like Swedish, German father, and it was kind of like, okay, come on,
Okay.
daddy.
Have you ever been
Yeah.
chased, Noella?
Well, I don't go out much. Definitely not as much as y'all. But that is one of my goals for furthering my
gosh.
transition along. Just as in my mind transitioning with my body. I just start going out more, presenting more of what I feel on the inside to the outside society because they need to see this beauty. But
Live that young life.
yeah, while I'm still here, still kicking, still
Yes,
young and
ma'am.
beautiful.
Young, healthy, and beautiful. And we need to take that time to actually like live our lives. And
It's the
we
way
shouldn't
I
have to be
thought.
scared because people are so hateful.
Okay, I thought of another like recent chaser moment, but I can't. I don't think I could talk about it on here.
Hey, girl. That's why in the beginning, I immediately was like, oh. And I was like, actually, no, let's not talk about that one.
I know. I was like,
I had the same
no.
thought immediately when I thought of like something for us. And I was like, I actually don't want to talk about that one. I don't think she does either.
No, I don't think
that one's too fresh, I fear.
it's too fresh and it's too. There's stuff involved in the situation that cannot be known to the general public for
somebody could lose their job.
reasons.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It's privacy reasons.
Somebody could lose their
Actually,
job.
I do have one chaser story, but this was before I was like presenting femininely, but I wasn't actually transitioned yet.
You can still get femboy chaser.
Yes, absolutely. This was back in 2022 when I went to Colorado to go see my bestie, my best friend, Nate. Previous co-host of this podcast, but unfortunately schedules could not collide.
Yes.
He's a very busy person, so it just wouldn't work out. But you know, I still love Nate. We still besties. We still talk very often. But yeah, this is we went out to like a few bars, and I was wearing these like high fucking heels, and I was just like clacking around, doing my little stomp, and just a bunch of the men's were looking at me. They were like trying not to look, but they was looking. I was like, girl, I got eyeballs. I can see you looking, baby. I can see you in my periphery right there.
People wearing shades, thinking that we can't see the slightly turned.
Mm-hmm. But that was fun. I need to go out more. It's fun getting
I
attention.
want us to have a girls' moment, a girls' trip. We all link up somewhere.
So bad. I need to meet y'all so bad. No shade.
That would be so fucking bad. I need to get a new job, and then the girls need to save up, and then we'll do it in advance. Get everything pre-booked.
Yes, everything
is
pre-planning,
girl.
We ain't gonna be having no money problems on the trip. Everything's gonna be booked
because it's already paid for.
Yes, all expenses, baby.
Yup.
The fuck we look like? We grown women, then.
Right?
We grown women with grown women jobs. Period.
The first place I want to go, like this is just for like out of the country, but like the first place if we like go international and go out of the country, I would like us to go to Colombia.
Oh yeah. Easy. No, Colombia, we have to. That would be.
I want to go to Colombia, specifically Medellin, Colombia.
And I feel like we should do like something in the States first, and then we go international.
We'll do a trial run in the States before we go international.
Yes, absolutely.
I kind of want to go to ATL with the girls. I don't know.
Ooh, ATL would be so fucking sickening.
I want to go to ATL with the dolls. I want to go with the dolls or prioritized. I don't know.
No, literally.
We could go to New York,
Georgia.
Either California or ATL, like LA or like West Hollywood area, or
I'm down for either.
Yeah, just somewhere where like dolls.
I'm like,
we could also go. And, like, dolls will get picked up
to New York.
I was like, we could also go to a cute little like nature place. The dolls gone glamping.
Glamping dolls. I would be I'd be perfectly fine with doing some
We
nature
can do nature,
runs.
but girl, I'm trying to shake some ass with my sisters. No shade.
No,
Yes,
that's
yes,
valid. No, we
absolutely.
need to do like
We
a
can
we
do
need to do
nature.
Like if we do
a
nature, it
city
would be like
girls
a cute
trip.
little 3-day trip for the
Right.
nature
Right.
excursion where we go
Mhm.
hiking. You know, we do some camping for like 1 to 2
Swimming.
nights. Yes, absolutely.
In
Period.
That'd be
natural
cute.
water spring.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
ain't dipping my head
Kayaking.
into that natural water, no ma'am. It'll go up
Like
to here,
flesh
right up to
eating.
here.
You don't want
Yeah.
flesh eating amoebas in your brain.
Sure don't, because I don't know how hard it's gonna be to get out these locks, baby.
Oh,
Not taking that
Right.
risk, because then they're
yeah,
gonna be
no.
with me, and I'll be carrying that bacterial energy, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Bacterial energy.
I
That's
want
so
flesh eating
funny.
amoeba in my scalp, in my crown, my literal
Right.
crown.
Oh.
And as you're seeing, yes, I got the same style
Yeah,
again
let's
because
talk about the
it
hair.
just
So cute.
I'm like,
it
she's
just gives
gotta,
it just gives signature look for Noella, I fear.
yeah.
Like,
This little
I don't know.
updo. She got
Yeah.
the cutest little
I
updo.
did
Giving
I did do
crown.
I did a little remix. So,
With
how
the
we had these up
pearls.
here. I'm gonna
She's
take
got
these
her
out and
little
like on
tendrils to
Tuesday.
front.
This isn't what it's gonna look like. They're gonna be like fully down, but they're gonna be like curled. And then I also
Yeah.
have these were double twist or two-strand twisted. And then I have some in the back. I have like an entire row in the back that's like also curled up with the little rods like these. So once I take those out, it'll give me some volume that I can like push to the side. And if you're hanging down here all curly, you see the vision. You see the vision. But yes, my stylist, her name's Jennifer. Love her down.
Love
She
that.
be doing my hair in her apartment. It's actually very nice, very demure, if you will.
The girl who did my hair was named
Yeah.
Jennifer too. That's so funny.
Oh yeah, come
I'm
on,
like, come on,
Link.
Jennifer.
Come on. Yes. No, she slayed the fuck out my hair, and she like be doubting herself. I'm like, girl, you be doing it. And then I
Girl.
sent her like I didn't. They know I did a little photo shoot. Last one. But first when I got this hair, and I sent her some pictures of like my favorite poses, and she was gagged, honey. She was gagged. She's like, "Oh my god, bitch!" And also for the first time, I haven't like told her I'm trans, but like she kind of just like picked up on it, and I was like, "Oh, that's like so affirming." Like not somebody just recognizing my femininity and
right. When
womanliness,
Yes.
without me even having to tell them. Just like she. It was like, oh wow. Throughout the whole appointment, I was like, oh wow. Oh wow. It was
I love
very
that.
affirming for me.
No,
Did
black
the other
women,
lady
honestly,
use the wrong
like,
pronouns?
Hmm?
Did the other lady use the wrong pronouns?
No. But she just
okay.
she was like
That's
even
okay.
correcting herself. I didn't even like tell her my pronouns and but she just like she got it, baby.
That's so
Infinite.
trippy. I feel like people know. It's just some people just want to be dense on purpose when they know. It's not like we don't have to say the quiet part out loud,
And with that,
Right.
she
Oh,
gained
that's
forever
based on that.
customer in me, I fear. I'm
You
gonna
said
be
what?
going to her. I said, with that, she gained a forever customer in me. Cause how you gonna slay my hair and get my pronouns correctly without even asking? Girl, take my fucking money. The fuck?
Right.
Take these trans dollars.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Is there anything else you girls want to talk about? We are approaching 30 minutes.
We're wrapping up. I think we should go on in because there's only like 2 minutes left, a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think we should go on and
right.
outro it. Say what is giving and go on to do our outro.
Yup.
What is giving for me?
The scenery's given, baby.
The scenery's giving. I'm giving. I'm happy with who I am. I'm working towards more achievements, bigger and better things, and it's always growing every day. That's what's giving. That's what I'm grateful for.
Period. I would say I'm much the same. I'm every day growing more and more comfortable with who I am and where my journey is taking me. And I'm just like so excited that I have my girls. I feel loved. I feel appreciated. Life is, it gets me down, but I always know I got these two to fall back on if I need them, It's everything to me.
I love that that's what y'all said is giving, because in my head I was literally thinking like the queer visibility that I've been seeing recently is what's been giving for me. I'm like, even though things are a little crazy and rough right now, we are not backing down, and we are still,
Right.
you know,
It'll get
going
better.
out and living our lives how we
Period.
choose to. So, yeah.
Yes.
Period.
Wow.
Well, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to, find our socials, you can go to our link tree. It is linktree.com/itaintgiving, all one word. Mwah. But yes, Blade, where can they find you if you want to give the people the information?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Spiral Blade. That's SPIROBLADE. Or is it Spyro or Spyra? It's either an O or an
Spiral. Or
A.
is it Spirit?
I'll put it in.
It's
No, it might
Spiral.
be
It's
in the
A on my
Spiral like a
description.
dragon.
Instagram.
It's
I'll
Spiral
put
like
it
a
in the
dragon.
description so you guys can
Okay,
go find
like,
it. Yeah.
I'm not even knowing my own Instagram handle right now.
That's
Yeah.
Sometimes it changes.
I'm Noella Fierce on all things everywhere. Show
Mine's
show
Show
me
Me
everywhere. Yeah.
I love that.
Come on, give us body. Give us
Mine's
body
like,
before we
ooh.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She on the
Give us a
beach.
walk. Give us a walk, honey. Oh, come on, model.
Boom, 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 boom.
You better work.
Give us that model walk, that model on the beach
Okay.
walk. Boom.
No, it's giving perfume campaign. I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's wrap this
shit
shit
them
up.
titties. Absolutely. All right. Bye, y'all. Love you.
Thanks you for having me. Bye.
Of course, we might have you again because you was excellent. Period.
Bye.
Bye.